Out here with my buddy Myles. This is the last weekend for spearing, isn't it?
It is. Yes, closes the 23rd.
So we're gonna see if we can get some footage of some big northerns coming through. All right, well, we got some really super cool footage at the first spot, and that kind of just died out. So now we moved to another spot, and we're kind of showing some of the stuff from Grumpy's Balls. My good buddy Myles Curtis, the master spearer. Got some stuff. Hopefully we can stick one, and we'll show you how to get the Y bones out. Right on. That's a nice one.
Nice eater.
Yeah, hell yeah. Nice shot. That's a nice northern. Well done, dude.
Yeah.
All right, so that's a wrap. We speared a nice northern for you. We passed up a bunch of bigger ones. We figured were probably females and full of eggs, and we don't like doing that. But we wanted to do show you how to clean and take the Y bones and stuff out. So this is our guinea pig fish. Thanks again to Mr. Myles Curtis for bringing me along. All right, so here's our pike that you've seen us stick. Ended up being about 35 inches, perfect shot. Now Mr. Myles here is going to show us how to clean it. Well done. So basically you're just cutting that whole belly chunk out and leaving it separate.
Yeah,
huh?
some people eat that belly meat. I don't prefer it or whatever, and it's a lot easier for me to clean this way too. So.
Well, I don't. I cut it out of pretty much all the other stuff we do too. This guy had some pretty colors on him. There we are. Kind of like this, to this point, I know how to do it. How to get the rib cage out. It's these double Y bones, and some guy up in Canada showed me one time how to do it.
Yeah.
And I just didn't really pay any attention because I didn't figure I'd ever be doing it anyway. And look at us now, learning again from the masters. That's a beautiful musky fillet.
Beautiful. Let's start with this side.
All right, turn it up there so we can see good.
Now there is a couple different methods. You know, you got your 5-cut method, and then there's a couple different methods to this. This is just how I do it.
So you're going down around the rib cage?
Yeah, just get this. Yeah, just getting this. I think this is technically what you'd call it, the rib cage. Yeah.
Now, is the knife now? Is that running right along that one Y bone?
No. I'll show you here.
Okay.
And on the bigger fish, it's a lot easier, but you got to get as tight to that, whatever you call this, the rib cage as you can. Otherwise, you lose quite a bit of meat. But I like that thin meat off them.
Sure.
We'll just go back. I like to get them both all done at the same time. That way, then we're done with this part.
Well, everybody's got their own way that they prefer doing it.
Yeah.
That their grandpa taught their dad, and their dad taught them, and they taught their kid, and it's like however you prefer. Some people just leave all the bones in and throw it in the pan. I just can't do bones. Yeah, I do my bigger copies and everything. I mean, there's no meat there anyway. You're not really losing anything.
So then on here, this is what I call your back strap. Okay. And then you got these bones that run around here, so you probably don't want to touch it, but if you run your fingers around, you can feel these bones here.
Yeah.
And that's really the only bone that you could really technically feel. So
Yeah, I've felt those before, and that's usually when I gave the fillet away to somebody that likes northern.
So there's two different ways you can do this. You can fillet this all the way down. You hug tight to this rib bone all the way down, and then you fillet it underneath. You can go down until you feel that bone, that Y bone coming out. You fillet it down and you get underneath that, and then you come around to this side and you get underneath this bone here, which is the same bone system or whatever, and then you just hug tight to that. And then you go all the way down, and then you just rip the Y bone out, and then it leaves the whole piece whole. But I don't like doing that because I don't like that big chunk of meat. So I just do it in two different pieces. So
I think that was one of the ways that the guy showed me, but it's been years ago. I don't really remember. So now you're following the Y bone towards the belly.
Yep.
Okay. I can hear the knife clicking the bones.
And then you just come back. And you just follow that piece. You can feel the bones. And
Let me come around the other side of you.
You actually feel it. Well, now you can actually physically see them too.
Oh yeah.
It's just something that takes time, you know.
Right on. This is exactly what that guy showed. Because then you got like a backstrap chunk that's all bone free.
Yep. There you go. And this would be your backstrap, all bone free. And then I just take a little chunk like that.
Now, does that Y bone stop when it gets into the tail section?
It kind of does something a little different. It kind of flares out, so that's just where I stop. Because you can't follow it all the way down, because then you'll run into the bone here. I don't know exactly what happens with the bone system, but it just kind of goes and it flares out a little different.
So then the tail section, is that like more like a walleye with just a single Y bone?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know about a single Y bone, but
Or just the one that I was familiar with that runs on the
yeah. I guess I don't know exactly the structure of it, but I just know that if you follow this all the way down to the tail, then you run into a different bone thing here.
Okay.
And then this one is pretty simple. You just come in like this, and you hug as tight as you can. And then, like I said, you can feel.
Sure, you can hear it too.
Then all I do with this part here, which is I just go about here, and then there's no bones in that part of the tail, but in here, like I said, the Y bones are in that tail. So, and then you can get a little more fussy, and there is a little bit of meat that I missed there, but it's what it is.
Right.
And here you have another piece, you know, that's completely bone free.
And that was the inside by the belly. Nice. And you just repeat the same thing on the other side.
Yeah, correct.
All right.
Whatever works for you, I guess.
What works for me is if I don't find a bone in my fish, we're golden.
And honestly, off that little northern, I mean, you get, you know, quite a bit of meat. So
Nice.
yeah.
Thanks for the lesson, brother. There you go. Now you guys know how to clean a northern. Bone free is the way to be.